This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I'm sharing another build using the brand new expansion pack Growing Together. Thank you so much to EA for providing me with this early build of the expansion pack along with the base game so I could look at it early and share some builds with you guys too. So this time I already shared another one, so if you guys missed the first speed build using the expansion pack, definitely check it out. I will have it linked in an icon somewhere on the screen so you guys can find it really easily. But this one I wanted to go a little bit more contemporary. I wanted to do something that was a bit more just modern. Like, it's not super contemporary. My next build is going to be quite contemporary. I mean, it's kind of industrial too. You guys will see it. But anyways, this one I was just going for like a modern sort of Craftsman bungalow look, and I just really wanted it to feel like clean and updated and those sorts of things, and I wanted it to be for a small family. So I imagined that a couple lives here and they are about to have a baby, so they have a nursery ready, and yeah, I just think that's really cute. And pretty much I basically was obligated to do another nursery. I did one in the last build, but along with this expansion pack, we are getting an update for infants. So now there is another life stage. Previously, we just had like the newborn baby objects, and then they aged up into a toddler. And of course, toddlers are playable and active and a lot more interactive, basically. But now we have from the newborn baby object stage to an infant stage. So the newborn, I guess, would just be like the first like month or two of life, and then the infants, I guess, would probably be maybe the 4 to 8 months old. I don't know, that's what I'm guessing. I haven't played around with them or even looked at them, but that's what I'm assuming. And with that, we got some really cute base game objects, some bassinets, some clutter items, and just really cute like baby decor basically. And then we got a few items with the expansion pack, and then yeah, I don't know, I'm very excited about the infants. Let me know if you guys are as well. I'm very happy to actually have items in the game to make a nursery look more realistic, just because, I don't know, the bassinets that we have, they're very cute, I guess, but they're not like a typical bassinet that you would see in a home. Like, there's not, I mean, it's not one that I've ever had. So anyways, for this home, I really wanted to focus on the modern furniture. So if you guys saw my last speed build, you'll know that I had mentioned there was this couch. So the couch, I don't love the couch, and I don't love the chairs that I used in the living room. So I really want to be honest about that, because I just feel like with this expansion pack, there were some really great opportunities with like the cozy, collected, eclectic sort of furniture pieces, but then they included some modern pieces that just felt like they didn't belong to me. It just felt like there wasn't a complete set necessarily. Some of you guys, of course, might like the modern stuff more than the more traditional stuff, but for me, I would have loved to have seen more of the traditional stuff. But I really wanted to force myself to use the couch that I didn't really like in this build and see if I could come up with something that I ended up liking in the end. So I really do like the interior in the end, even though the furniture that I used in the living room isn't necessarily my favorite, but I think somehow I made it like all work. And yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you guys think about it, just because I was really trying to do something different. And even with like the wall color on the interior, I used a navy blue wallpaper. I would almost never use like a dark wall color throughout an entire house, but I think for this one it worked, and I was just really inspired by the exterior siding that is new with the expansion pack. I just thought it looked so pretty on the exterior, especially in combination with like the white trim and the white windows and just like the columns and stuff. Like, I just felt like it all was very like contrasting, and so I thought it was really pretty. But here I'm creating a custom garage. I really wanted to have a garage. A lot of the homes in the surrounding neighborhoods have like driveways. Some of them though just kind of lead to nowhere, which I thought was kind of weird and made it feel a little bit incomplete. Like they didn't lead to like a fence or like a garage or something, whereas in like other expansion packs, I feel like they would lead to somewhere. I don't know, it just they felt kind of like incomplete to me. So kind of curious what everybody thinks about that, because that's my first impression of it. So yeah, I talked about a lot more of like my first impressions though in the first speed build, if you guys are curious. I also mentioned that I had originally planned on doing a build and buy overview and like first impressions of the build items, but since I don't have as much time to build these days, I felt like my focus would be better used on making a few speed builds, and I could talk about the items throughout the speed builds. Something that I really love though are the windows and doors in this expansion pack. Even the modern windows I think are so fun. In the next speed build, I definitely tried to utilize those. I was really trying to make each build completely different, basically. So this is the couch that I'm talking about. See, it's not really a bad couch, just the shape of it to me isn't my favorite. And so I feel like this is just probably a personal opinion, and some people are really gonna love it. Along with these chairs, the shape of them just isn't my favorite, but I like the texture on the seat. It's like fuzzy looking, it looks cozy, and then I like the pillows, of course, just because it makes it feel lived in. But I think in here, and like the modern furniture that I used, it somehow works and does feel cohesive, but I'm not really sure how often I'm going to use that couch. So yeah, again, that might just be my own personal opinion. But anyways, over here I'm just adding a few different decorations, just cluttering up this side table. This fireplace is new with the expansion pack. I used it in the last build, and I'm pretty sure I use it in the next build too, so it's really nice. There's also some bookcases over here that are new with the expansion pack. There's two different variations of bookcases that are new with this pack. There's these ones, which are a bit more, I would say, industrial looking. And then there's other ones that I think are intended probably for like the rec center, and they're more modern, and I think they're part of like the Groovy collection. I think this dining table is as well. And so there's like this whole like set called like the Groovy furniture, and I assume it's for the rec center. I'm not exactly like 100% sure on that. But I do like those items, even though I would have just loved to have seen more of like the cozy furniture, just because I think that's just more my building style. So again, that just might be a personal opinion of mine. But over here is going to be the kitchen. Here I'm just picking out some counters to use. I decided to go with these base game ones. Well, I mean, all of my options are base game because there's no new counters with this expansion pack. But I felt like these ones worked really nicely just because they're modern, and I was going for more of like an updated look. And so I think they work in here, and I also thought the colors were pretty nice just because it kind of tied in some of the browns that I was using with like the window trim in the window frame, and then like the doors and the fireplace. So I think it's just all like cohesive and ties together basically. But here I'm picking out a stove and refrigerator to use. I decided to use these base game ones. There are new ones with the expansion pack, but I felt like the style of them didn't quite work in this house. I think the style of them could work for a modern home, but I think the color swatches and like the design of them didn't quite work for this particular style of modern home. So I don't know, you guys will have to let me know if you agree on that too. But I really do like them, and I think they worked really well in the last house, and I'm definitely excited to use them in like future builds. But for this one, I just felt like the plain white new and updated ones worked pretty well. Although the other ones look kind of new too. I don't know. I guess the color swatches just didn't work for me in this particular build. But I like this kitchen. I think it came together really nicely. I end up using this new tile here in the kitchen, which I thought was really pretty. And I used the same tile in the bathroom, and then the same tile on the floors too in both the kitchen and the bathrooms. And then this shower again, which I'm completely obsessed with the shower. I think it's so pretty. I used it in the last build in this world, and it's beautiful. It's super modern. The sink is modern as well, and I just think it's really nice, and it's very refreshing because we've gotten a lot of just like tubs, and we've gotten a lot of toilets. So with this pack, we got no toilet but a really nice shower, and I really like it. I will probably use it all the time. And then over here in the garage, I really had no idea what I wanted to do in the garage basically up until this point. And then I decided that I wanted to add some like skill building activities, and I thought that I would turn it into like an art studio. So I was thinking about the Sims that live here, and I was thinking that one of the couple is an artist. They work from home here in the garage. This is like their studio that they set up, so they have tons of canvases, and they have an easel and art supplies and stuff in here, so it's just a nice little space for them to work. And then the other one works from home as well, but they have a home office upstairs, and I don't know what they do necessarily. So if you guys have any ideas, I would love to hear them. But yeah, they both work from home. They're a younger couple, and I think they're quite successful. They've done pretty well for themselves to buy this home and to furnish it and everything. but now they're expecting a baby, and they'll probably need to upgrade and get a bigger house at some point, because if they decide to have another baby, then that room is going to get cramped. But of course, there's the office space that could always be turned into another bedroom as well. So there's possibilities. But here I'm copying over the bathroom items just to decorate the upstairs bathroom nice and easily and make them match each other. And yeah, I basically just wanted to use the same items. So yeah, I think this bathroom turns out really nice as well. And in the hallway, I just put up a bunch of picture frames. With this expansion pack, there's quite a few picture frame like collections basically, or like collages is probably not the right word, but yeah, I put a few of them up in the hallway so you could put some like family photos or any pictures that your Sims take in there. But these are the other bookcases that I was talking about. And so yeah, I believe that they were intended for the rec center, but I thought they looked nice in this office and they matched the desk that I was using. And yeah, I really like them. I think they're really nice. I really like that they're single tile, so they're super easy to use. And at first I wasn't completely sold on like the rounded corner, but now that I use them in this build, I think I really like them. So yeah, over here is going to be the parents' bedroom. So in this bedroom, I'm using this new bed again. I used it in the last speed build and I'll use it in the next one because it's the only new double bed that came in the expansion pack. And I didn't really think any of the base game beds would really look the way I wanted to, but I really like this bed. I think it's pretty versatile. I think somehow it works in all three of the builds that I did. So if you guys end up watching all three of them, I would be interested to hear. I feel like I ask you guys a lot of things. So what's your opinion on this? What do you guys think of this? So of course you don't have to comment on everything that I ask or any of it, but I'm always curious to know your guys' opinions. But yeah, in here I just put a little chair in the corner, a light in the corner, and a few decorations on the walls, and also some suitcases. With this expansion pack, we got some suitcases that function as dressers, which I thought was pretty cool. There's also some for kids, or one for kids, and there's a few different swatches. There's a cow plant swatch, which is like so cute. But over here is going to be that nursery that I was talking about. So a lot of the items are going to be base game, but there's a few things that are new with the expansion pack. But this bassinet and rug, that little play mat, are all base game. So yeah, super cute. I really love how this set matches the base game furniture for a child's room. So I thought that was really cute, and I thought it looked really nice in here. And there were some more modern options that I could have chosen here, but I felt like, I don't know, that this worked somehow in here. And I don't know, I love the dinosaur theme, which I thought was pretty fun. Here I'm using a bookcase that is part of the base game update along with infants, and it just looked so small to me and it wouldn't place where I wanted to. So if you are a PC player and you have the tool mod or don't have the tool mod, I would highly recommend you get the tool mod, and then you could easily place this so it's not so awkwardly just kind of hovering high above the first floor, because technically it is on the first floor. So if you're playing, it's going to be like kind of hovering in the air above your house when you're on the first floor. So it might be kind of annoying, but for me, for this build and screenshots, it looked really good this way. But I would recommend, if possible, to get the tool mod so you could place it a lot easier. And if you guys aren't familiar with the tool mod, I do have it linked in every video, because in my typical game I do have it installed, but of course this is a special build of the game with only the expansion pack and base game, so I don't have my mods. But anyways, over here I'm just picking out what I want to place along this wall. I decided just to go with this base game tree, and I put this little circle rug down on the ground, and I just imagined it was a little like tummy time area with a rattle, and probably not necessary because of course there's a big rug in the center where you could do tummy time, but I thought it was kind of a nice way to fill in the space. But anyways, originally I was going to use this live edit objects fence that I found with the expansion pack, but I decided that it looked a little bit too dirty to me. So I wanted to use this one just because it looked cleaner, but I liked how it was still in the brown color. And then I make a little patio space over here with a barbecue or an outdoor dining table. I also end up putting some planter boxes out here. I put a car in the driveway, and then of course I do the landscaping. At this point I really had no idea what I wanted to do for the landscaping. I placed a couple of trees that I found in the live edit objects, but other than that I didn't use any like live edit objects plants, I think, in any of my builds other than these trees, just because I wanted the builds to be more simpler, and plus since I'm not using the better build and buy mod, it's a lot trickier to find everything just because I'm so comfortable with the way they're organized with that mod. And so I felt like I would just end up spending a lot of unnecessary time. And then if you guys wanted to, you could easily like save money on your builds by swapping them out for live edit objects versions of them, because they would be 0 simoleons rather than like probably 50 or more like per plant. Like landscaping can get so expensive in the game, and it seems kind of unnecessary to me. Like it seems like an unnecessary cost. So yeah, I end up liking the landscaping in the end though. I think it's nice and simple. Here I'm opening up the live edit objects to find a car to put in the driveway, and then I go through and add like the terrain paint details and everything just to sort of finish off the build. Oh yeah, I end up placing a game table here on the front porch as well, so your Sims can like do a puzzle and stuff together, which I thought was kind of a nice touch and something that I didn't end up adding in the last build that I did. But yeah, anyways, here I'm just adding the terrain paint like I was talking about, and then we're on to the screenshots. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshots. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!